trading all night, stacking her claim. Ooh yeah. Market's so tight, she's playing the game. Hey, says she's got that glow nobody sees. Ooh yeah. Crypto's her flow, wild as she please. Yeah. She's riding pumps, ledgers are thrill. Ooh, feel her jumps, gains her will. Ha. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, born wild, she's the raider. Yeah. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, market tease, she's the danger. Hey. She dives so low, then shoots to the sky. Ooh yeah. Hodls her soul, she's riding it high. Hey. Whisper coins are mine, chaos in tow. Ooh yeah. Crypto's her grind, watch her glow. Yeah. She's riding pumps, ledgers a thrill. Ooh, feel her jumps, gains her will. Ha. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, born wild, she's a raider. Yeah. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, market tease, she's the danger. Yeah. Oh, notice on her chase. Ooh yeah. Oh, gaze, feel her pace. Yeah. Oh, traders, her grace. Sweet but traitor. Ooh, market danger. Yeah.
Cause baby, you made a bad call. You know we used to cash in fast. You trashed it all so damn fast.
Cause baby, now I played your bad call.
You hyped that trade, I paid the rate. Did you have to push it? Pumped your guru call. I was on your signal, now I've lost it all. Bought your bullshit breakout, thought you'd have my back. Coins burned up in minutes, you're a fucking hack.
Oh, it kills me to think
She got a potty mouth.
I lost today.
You got a potty mouth, Missy.
Cause baby, you made a bad call. You know we used to cash in fast. You trashed it all so damn fast. Cause baby, now I played your bad call.
Yo, did I call the dip, huh? Slow with the flare, charge my terrain, I'm the king up in there. Streams my machine, hypes my domain. You took the hit, kid, feel that pain. Trade hot shot, yeah, fancy my spin. You tanked hard, that's your sin. Not my fault, I don't miss the take. Still cashing clout, no mistakes.
Oh, it kills me to
Think of the fat gains
I lost today. Cause baby, you made a bad call. You know we used to cash in fast. You trashed it all so damn fast. Cause baby, now I played your bad call.
Yo, guru with the 1 minute fame slipping. Flags crushing hard, you're a fraud, I'm ripping. Streams hot clout, chase a prick on the mic. Stacks going quick, you're a scam, that's right. Ego fat calls suck, you're out of touch. Pump that trash, left me broke too much. YouTube king, nah, just a hype machine. Crypto's mine, you're done, has been seen. Did you think I'd take it?
Eat your garbage call. Your clout's dead to me now. Watch your bullshit fall.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a trader. I've been around. I've seen the highs and the lows, the bulls and the bears. I've made my fortune and I've shed my tears. Pleased to meet you. Hope you
Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Let's bring out the little cowbell. Just ain't a show without a cowbell. Play with your ding-a-ling if you got it.
the grind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not a bot,
all three of you.
I'm not a scam. I'm a trader with a plan. I'm not a whale, just a guy who's trying to make a buck and get by. I've seen the market crash, and I've seen
There will be a surprise this evening for those unaware.
So those,
Oh, look at
thank you very much.
somebody forgot to turn some stuff off, didn't you? Well, that's an entrance right there. Look at all that Bitcoin falling. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, frogs and squirrels, welcome to the show. So glad to have you here. It looks a little twitchy on my end. I've got this thing going on here with my cursor, with that circle that's supposed to stay around it, and if I move it, it chases it, and it's kind of fun, and I just kind of do this for hours. Not for hours, but woo, watch me. You can't catch me. Oh, you almost did. Oh, got around the corner. Oh, wait, you're slow, too slow. Oh, so I'm home, and yeah. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Frogs and squirrels. Don't forget the squirrel. Frogs and squirrels. The squirrel that's getting the news today happens to be Peanut. See how we did that? Isn't that sweet? 39, almost 40 cents. We talked about Peanut just a couple of days ago. Before the 39. We yeah. Actually, I was really kind of wondering. I was questioning it. You know, I can't see this one like coming back, but hey, you never know. She was in a desperate place, like. And I was, you know, that's 1-2 question whether that we can come back, and here Peanut the squirrel is. Amazing. Tonight is Degen night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to have you here. All 5 of you. Look, we're growing. Ethel, lock the door. Don't let them out. Let them in. Don't let them out. Hey guys, make yourself at home. It's not like you're made to stay here or anything. No, ignore the chains over there. That's something else going on entirely. Hey man, look at the market over here. That's a good distraction. Here on the hour, it's kind of boring, but here on the daily, look how good that they did. Peanut, you took it. About 5% on average across the board there. Top 100, almost 4%. This little GC area got about 5%. They got a lot of meme coins over there. We're going to be taking a look at some meme coins as well as some other coins. What I am going to do is I'm going to put a little marker in the chat. Where are you at, marker? There you are, and that is for coin request. Priorities go to oh no, where'd you go? Did it go? Okay, yeah. There we go. Priority goes to members and super chats, but and then I got my list of, I've got a nice little list of things to go over. These are some that I need to figure out what are we going to do with some of these. Right over here. Sundog Millionaire. Somebody said, hey man, I got an idea for a meme coin. What is it? Sundog. Hey, nobody did it. Hey, we can make millions. I think the best way to make get a meme, create your own meme coin and then make it go viral. Simon's cat, look at you, little baby. We looked at Simon's cat recently too. Fwog, it's been a minute. We did look at Fwog, but it's been a little bit. That means we're juicy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the main person of this. This is Bitcoin, and this little line right here is our 786 moving average, which on a Friday evening, they decide to, hey man, let's go mess with retail today. You want to? Yeah, let's get them all hot and bothered. Ooh, watch this. Oh, look. Ah. And, but most of them, we've been just going sideways today after they got us up. This is Thursday, really. Look, it's a flag to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. You can definitely interpret that as being a bull pennant. You can. Connect your dots. I'm not going to deny that. Man, you need to step up your game, Yellow Circle. You're way behind. Look at you. Woo! You can't catch me. Okay. So, I mean, you can definitely play these guys. That would be the conservative measure move right here. That would be the actual measure move, because you had some other ideas going here. A little flag here, a little flag here, a little flag here. Is that 3 little flaggy areas? Does this count, or is that you gonna take that for the flagpole? See how confusing all that gets? All I know is I'm looking for 105. Okay, I'm just saying. Flag people be looking for something else, but if for some reason we are going to do something truly freaking amazing, would that one take us to 107? I'm sure that idea is out there. We'll throw it out there too. It's an idea so far. Flags are continuation patterns. That means the price is coming up to it. We flag, make a flag. Some people say flag out, man. We can go up. A lot of people like to point out, you know, a couple of different things here, and you know, well, it's a flag to the upside, but it's also this. Look, shoulder, head, and shoulder. Oh, and an extra shoulder and a mini shoulder. Looks like we're getting lots of shoulders here. Some people will take this and put this into, you know, a thing like this, or at some point, maybe if we come down here, I don't know. Right now, you can kind of see all your candle bodies and everything are taking an angle. So we are making a pennant shape, a possible bull pennant. Yeah, now I want to take just a moment before we get all geeky and start going into altcoins, just to come over here to where it does say pennant at Thomas Bukowski's fabulous little free site over here. You got a pennant. What I want to know is what's the likelihood of that measure moving out? What's the likelihood of the breakout from a pennant? Does anybody know? I'm sure the first thing that would come to your mind is 68%. Actually, your breakout for a bull pennant is 57%. What? It's not 68? That's what I keep hearing. Nope, it's 57% of the time by the guy who did all these statistics, right? He gets quoted for 68% for a fallen wedge a lot. That came from the trading group I used to be in back in the day. I don't know where it come from there to my mentor, but he regurgitated it, and then it's like, and that's what attracted me. I found that interesting. So, you know, certain patterns have a certain percentage to break out to one direction. And I was like, that would help me do better in trading, and that's how I got into all this, right? So we need to see a volume trending down. That's helpful. 86% of the time, volume trend down, and then you get that upward breakout 71% of the time. The thing that I'm looking for is this percentage meeting target for an up breakout. That percentage is 35%, right? And taking the measure move, we're going to school, aren't we? A to B. Now, are you doing this on pennants too? Yeah. You're not taking them from the top, Mr. Bukowski. Mr. Bukowski is taking the pennants. I want to call that a flag, but okay. From the bottom. Really? I thought you still did it from the top. I thought it was just the flag. Okay, well, I'm straightening myself out on here. He does it from the pennants too. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you see a lot of people take the breakout and then put it on the top line. So you do it from the bottoms there. Especially, it's be a lot easier with one that's like this. You can definitely come down and put it on your bottom trend line. So we'll do that, but the interesting thing is the 35% little thing that I got there, since we took an accurate measure move from right there, I didn't do it back there, but I can do it up here. I'm pulling my Fibonacci's. I'm going to go from the bottom down here all the way to the top of that little line right there. And did it backwards. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to take this to around 35%. Oh, snap. Put you back over there. Are you going to cooperate? All right. Don't run away. Don't make me have to shoot you. I'm going to take it over here to 38.2%. And just a smidgen up, we're going to have to eyeball it. That's about 35%. So, what Thomas Bukowski has revealed is that the measured move that you would get for these guys on the real for real, for how they actually would play out, suggests this. Let's play a little game. Which Bitcoin chart are we on? We on Binance? I'm on Binance. Let's play a little game here. We'll put a little Bukowski measure move over here. I'm just gonna put a label on it. We'll check that little idea out there. It's down here, and it basically just brings us right back to the top, and we would be, if that idea is true, we'd be kind of making this guy. But then you could argue, but then we can take another measure move. We can. Oh man, flags can turn into just a whole rabbit hole almost of. They only flag out so many times before they reach an area. Back to where I'm looking at. I'm looking at 105. That's our 886 super high retracement. We do anything above that, that opens us up to something else. Let me draw out to a bigger time frame over here. Because we are really close up to our high. So I'm not trying to play my time on flags. Oh my gosh, I'm sure there's somebody out there says, look at this flagpole, Ethel, what's this? Woo! I'm predicting the future. We're going to go up to 112,000 on that ride. Woo! let's try to figure out what's really going on. We do have that nice little triangle, and maybe she'll do something. We're above the 786. We're right in between two areas here. Now this is Bukowski's measurement. That was the one that we just did. Never mind. More than likely, what I would suggest that we see this weekend is that they just take us sideways on Bitcoin. Maybe they take us down a little bit. I don't think that they're going to make us break that 786 here, that 102. I think that's going to hold for a minute. Now, eventually, they will bring us back down to touch $100,000 in that area above and below. I do believe that with all my heart. Psychological area, we just broke above it over here, right? We need to come back and make sure that area is going to be solid for us to bounce off of. Eventually, that's going to happen. We just got to figure out where she's going to bounce away from. And the best ones that I can come up with are the Fibonacci's, and that 886 is kind of a deep ass retracement, and that kind of opens me up to kind of I kind of almost want to see, since we made it this far and we didn't get rejected beneath the 786, since we went above it and we're playing all these games, I would kind of like for you to just see you kind of hang out here and then go up even higher and actually just knock out this one out, then come out and we'll find our lower low. And to me, that's possible if we're looking for, 3 stage areas, and I usually do. Here's that, and it goes with my 3 humps in the dump theory. But it's off my trend line, so she's getting kind of sketchy here. That's a big hump, if I count that as one, if it ever touches this trend line yet. This area here, and then this little second area, and then kind of a third little area. But where would that third area be? Will it be up here at 112 or something, 111? I'm curious to find out. This Bitcoin is going up and she's looking all healthy and everything, even here on the daily time frame. I really kind of like these guys. This is the CME futures, and they just ended today. So where they parked it is kind of like where they expect it to be when they come back at 103.6. And we're a little bit below that. So if we do go lower, we'll create a gap by Monday. So we've been creating lots of gap. We got one down here at 91 that probably will get filled at some point. Just not today, baby. Probably not this weekend. But I do like this chart, and I like to look at their moving averages because they're so beautifully bullish. All the indicators over here are very beautifully bullish, even more so than our typical charts that we get at other exchanges. The CME futures is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of wild that way. I'm trying to find a decent chart that I haven't mucked up. What was this side? Yeah, I got my little box zone up here. Yeah, this is our kind of rejection area, possible short area. Some people might be thinking about going short here. My only contention is, let me get my candles back over here. That would be a lower high for us still. So a lower high down here as we're making our way up was kind of interesting. That was we're stair stepping up. Now we took such a big jump up, we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves almost. Now like, so we can get rejected here and technically come down and make a lower low. Technically, yeah. I would really hope that it wouldn't happen, and we've been stopped very much before around these areas with some good support through there, so I would hope that it would not happen. What we're looking for is our higher low, not a lower low, and I guess she can goes ahead and do her little 3 humps in the dump thing, play it out here. I just don't know if she's going to do that or not, and come down. But right now, the fun part's over here with Altcoin. Did you see that? You see that little line we got here for that inverted head and shoulders? Well, we're looking. That one's been the fun one. We were talking about this just, I think, last night. We talk about it every night, watching it. Where did you go? Total 3. And I put that line up there. Here, the green line there, and we had our 200 moving average and our other moving averages. I mean, the smaller ones are bearish, that the bigger ones are bullish. They're good. She got a little bit more rambunctious than I really expected. These patterns, inverted head and shoulders, do have a really good chance, about 65% chance to come back and retest the breakout area. So we couldn't be going up and coming down, and I was talking about that. What we ended up doing, this was a Fibonacci based on just this move here, and it was right here in this area with the 0.5 Fibonacci. So we did get rejected at the 0.5 Fibonacci yesterday. So that kind of puts us at a little shake. We got some weight kind of sandbagging us, but I wouldn't doubt that we could see a nice big move. We're above our 200 moving average here. Closing above that is hella bullish. So whether we keep that right now or we have to come back, you know, our options are this. Either we get a real strong move like we come up here, and that gives these moving averages a time to cross over, and we come back and retest, and that's kind of bullish. But a lot of times what we do see happens, you know, we get up here, moving averages come up, and then, you know, we lose it, and like we get a little bit of a rollover. Now it can still be bullish overall, just getting a pullback and going on again. That would be the most likely thing that I would honestly think would happen, just because of the 100, the way it recently crossed. But still got some weight down here sandbagging us just a wee bit, but the momentum is still there. We're doing good. So this weekend, with where they usually play games with us, I'm curious to see how it's going to go, because it looks like it could be bullish. It looks like it might be interesting. I mean, we are at an area of resistance right here, and still a little ahead. And they could, you know, say, screw you, I'm going to slam you down. But you see this little red line above that one? That's in bullish formation. That's Miss Lucy. We talking to the devil right now. And if we get on the other side of her for total 3, and that we will know that probably about this time tomorrow, we're like, well, I guess we did, or yeah, that sucked, we didn't do it. But if we do, it could be bullish AF. I like to look at trend lines. What I do see is this one right here, an internal trend line. And that's where we lost a trend line, but now we're just like still pretending like, oh no, maybe it's still there. I don't know. I'm going to still go up underneath it anyway. That can bring us up. Now, a lot of times I got to say that when that happens, usually we might make a higher high and then come down. So as I'm looking at these smaller time frames, and I'm seeing the rising price with the falling volume and some of these signs, I can see that idea playing out. We're already starting to play red light, green light over here on Market Cipher, if you see it over here. The cool thing, we got money flow coming in now. That's good. That means the drops shouldn't be that bad. That means, hey, we're kind of we're doing the right thing right now. We got some good momentum behind us, actually. So it might be an interesting weekend. And meme coins are popping up, and we're 23 minutes in. Now it's time to get to meme coins. I've talked too much about the boring stuff, nerdy stuff. Hey, 10 people, that's all we got, because I talked about nerdy stuff. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat real quick, if you don't mind, and we'll jump right into some Degen stuff. Glittery Marshmallow's #1 tonight. She was the first one here. Hey, Glittery Marshmallow. Glad to have you here. There's that road dog dude grifting on them Tangem wallets. Get out of here, you grifter. Hoolin, how's it going? MG Motorsports. Got me listening in on the background. That's fine, man. That is totally fine. There's a thing called life, and we all have to live it. And it doesn't just correspond with YouTube. Besides, YouTube is on demand pretty much. Guns and ETH and Solnick, please. Let me write that down right over here. We got guns. I've never tried that. That got kind of popular. Ethereum's been doing good. And Solnick, I think we have looked at that before, right? Wonder how it's doing now. Solnick. All right, so I'm going to kick the party off here. I'm going to kick the party off. This is a Degen party, and we're missing a few very important things, like a disco ball, for instance, and boom, like magic, it's there. Oh, there's somebody got to turn the lights on it. Now, I want to find some altcoins that got some legs on them. Ooh, hey. And I just got to have a little alien in my life there. We're ready to go. Glittery Marshmallow says, okay, I've had a really good day, but totally sold out of one of my coins, Doge. And it was my first love, and I want back in. What's a good entry for Doge again? Is that one popping off too? It says, Road Dog, would you consider Bitcoin having a V-shaped recovery? How do you play the high or low on a V-shaped recovery? Do I consider having a V-shaped recovery? That would qualify, I think, as a V-shaped recovery. Yeah. How would I play the? I think you're asking me about the lower high. We were actually looking for that, right? I mean, I'm always going to have my fibs out and trailing it and seeing where she's bouncing from and what's going on there. But the trend lines would be the biggest thing, and I think that's even. I think probably go back on the streams, you'd see that we did that. It was a flag at resistance, so I had to keep my eye on it because it could have just easily just reversed right there, but it got above the 9 moving average. And I do that on any time frame, but especially it did it here on the daily when we're getting to a breakout area. That's how. But I'm always trying to buy bottoms too, so I'm sure I was on. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, this brings back memories. Yeah, this was beautiful. It was a V shape. I guess when you zoom out, you see it as a V shape. And you start zooming in, you see the W pattern that's there, and those are always cool. If you anticipate that higher, maybe anticipating this higher low, that's where we're looking for our 786 retracements right there. And that's, did we actually get it? And she didn't actually give it to us. She went more 618, didn't she? Did I? And I would have taken that as a little bit more of a bullish sign, but that's usually what we're. If I see a V-shaped recovery, I'm looking for something. I'm actually trying to play these, and I'm actually looking for the second, the hopefully higher low, which is what we got. And I would have been especially looking for that 786, 618, even better, and that's what that one will qualify for. Pattern wise, just seeing it as a W, higher low there, and then getting above here. You can see it as a flag or as a retest of that. So there were a lot of things. And then, of course, playing this. And I think I'd use this example in ChartSchool or somewhere recently. It also, either way that you played it, it was still a retest when it broke up in flag. So that one was a good one. This one was the one that was kind of tricky and suspect because it already came up to resistance. So it could have come back down to retest this again. That was what I was looking for at the time. But she just, and looked like that's what she was going to do because all the flag people had flags way here to the upside. They start early. They start at the here. And I guess, as time goes by on bigger time frames, I mean, you can get a falling wedge pattern or something like that, and it's still called, if they zoom out, it still can look like a flag. They can still make it into a flag. But a lot of them were calling for flags right when it first happens at resistance, and that didn't happen. Anyway, but after she got out, so I think that's what you're asking. Hopefully we got that. 10 people, thanks for being here. Well, let's go get into some juicy altcoins, shall we? Let's see, how do you play the high or low on the V shape? So I hope I gave you some ideas or showed you my thoughts and process, and that's what I was talking about back in at those times for things to look for. And that same formation was on a lot of altcoins too. We talked about that ad nauseum, I think. I'm going to take a look, if you don't mind, at a coin called AI 16Z. And I'm going to look here on Mexa C. We had something there. She's coming up into our, oh my gosh, did she go to our little boxy there? We got to move from the falling wedge that she was in over here, looking at that idea. Lackluster breakout, not much going on. Like, oh, you suck, Road Dog, she sucks. Nobody wants to be in this coin, man. It's 14 cents, it sucks. And that happened for a long time in April. After Liberation Day, yeah! We were all liberated from our crypto wealth on that day if we were hodling anything. Let me get, we were looking, okay, so this one, and this is interesting. We had her in a internal, I remember the internal trend line. We just talked about this idea, right? That she can do this and come up and, you know, riding beneath it instead of just dropping instantly, right? And make an M top. She did that, but it, well, obviously it validated. But she never did break the line for an M to go negative. Is that a measure move? That was probably the measure move. So, and then probably looking for it to try to come down and do it here, and it didn't. It bounced. She said, "Screw you" and all that. And so here's your bullish alternative. And basically all that this does with this trend line that we got going up, now we can take that angle, put it over here, and now we can identify a Chanel number 5. Put it on top of. I'm looking for this candle body over here. That the lines are in my way. Get out of my way, lines. I can't see nothing. I need you to move, please. Thank you very much. Oh, we got doubles. Twinsies. Hey. Didn't know you were there. So we're still coming upon resistance, and we did the same thing too, right? We just did that. Hey, man. We did the same thing, right? We got a trend line. We lost it, and I think Bitcoin's doing the same thing, right? Probably all Bitcoin right along with it. But we are at this red box area. Nailed it! Where we're getting some rejection here at 36 cents. Within that box is our measured move at 49 cents. And at the top of that fuzzy box is another target at 57 cents that we're waiting for AI16Z. So would it be a good profit taking place? Possibly. Do you think she's gonna... Let's get rid of some of these other guys down here. Did not break down there, so we don't need that measured move anymore. I'm cleaning up my charts here so we can see. You get to stay. We don't need the yellow line there. It looks messy. That's how we would know to go there. Don't need this guy. I do a lot with the top and bottom trend lines. So if we write it up, we still got this channel idea to deal with, which is kind of, it's not that total, it's not officially there yet. We're using the technique, but so I'm gonna dot her out. But the resistance is real. I guess if we extend it back, we'll probably find it. Anyway, but there's a good chance that we can come back down to the bottom of here too. So let's put our, and more than likely by the time it gets down there, it'll be around this 30 cent area if it gets rejected here. 36 cents. Nailed it. AI16Z, but I think she's still got some gas in the tank. Is what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for a 1 hump, a 2 hump, a 3 hump, and then a dump, or maybe something better. Let me take a look at guns. Special request tonight. Can't talk for some reason. Guns against Tether right now on the 4-hour time frame. She's had a nice couple of days there from 45 cents to 54. Pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Make sure my microphone is on. Okay, cool. So guns is, wow, that looks like a trader coin, like a little range trader coin. So if you got it around 40, 43, 45 cents, and you can sell it up at the top of the range here, about 65, 63, that's a pretty good come up. From bottom range to the top of the range, about 40% there. Will she stay in that range, or will she go up? I mean, I don't know. She made a higher low, so there's a chance. She's got a little something going on. I'm on the daily. I see this. So it's important. So I would say, now this might sound a little unorthodox, young man, but here's just what the old turkey says. The old turkey suggests that if it is in fact bullish, so you break back above this line, that would be your good signal, close to a nice big, especially a daily candle above that line, that she's going to go up and shoot for a higher high. I'm also going to use this trend line and anticipate that it might be right up through there, and use a little Fibonacci magic to kind of come up with some crazy ass targets for you. For that, what do we got? Oh yeah, we got this one, this little juicy monster right here. And I would expect a reaction there, most notably for her to get rejected. And she might go a little bit higher. She might. But if she's going to do her little higher high, that's what I'm looking for as a pivot point. And that's a 71 cents. I feel like my computer is slow tonight. You should not be slow tonight. You got memory. You got all kinds of stuff. Computer, you should be just like booking it. Even with all these too many windows and things open. So, but if she doesn't, if she can't get above this trend line, naughty, sucks to be you. And it could be because she's coming up for a retest. Now, either we break back in and this is a bear trap, or we reject and then we're in danger of doing either hopefully a double bottom or a lower low. Or well, there's that higher low possibility, but if we're getting rejected there, that kind of hints that, you know, maybe that's a sucky measure move, but that maybe it can come down, you know, to retest these areas over here again. That could be very likely. Tis what the one day says. You know, sometimes I have indicators on here. They kind of give me some other information. That would be really kind of cool to look at right now instead of just this price. Oh, there you are. Your indicators are saying mid-likey. They're starting to look a little feisty there. So maybe we're above the 9. Just got it back above the 9. Everything's fine. That's what the daily can tell me. Now we can come down to the smaller time frames to get the nitty gritty. 4 hour, you're above the 200 moving average. 100 is above it, so that's already in our favor. We just gotta mess with the lower ones coming through right. That to me it looks good, like she wants to try it now. For some weird reason, she may want to come back a minute. She may want to come back. She may not make it on the first try. Well, she didn't make it on. She got rejected there. Came back. Well, you were here and then there, huh? I would think she would really try it there, but she may be coming back to, you know, this 0.5 area at 5 cents or 5.2 cents, maybe. Well, yeah, those are on the table for her to come back to. And if she did that, you know, she might be making something like this, the old bathroom wall pattern, or is it I don't know, is that a uterus? Is that the uterine wall here, the ovary, uterus, the JJ, and other ovary right there. Sorry, I thought that green line was the vajayjay. Anyway, getting above it though, bullish. T is possible, I would say. Now we got a trend line right here if you want to connect all these lines. And ooh, if you look at it, oh, sliding on there. If you look at it that way and squint your eyes really close, you can see it's a breakout. And that's for the people that don't have this trend line. They're saying, oh man, let's go. It's ready to rock and roll. And I like it. She might do a little bit of a come down before she go up, but 7.1 cents, and that would be, what would that be from here for the Degen? Just say, I can't help it, it's a flag, I'm buying it. 30% gains if that idea works out. Sweet. I'm going to check out smoking chicken fish. A little chicken fish that has a fish head and smokes. We talked about this one recently too, right? And I had to go add to my bag. So I've had some of this, and she went down. Ryan K, thank you so much. Oops, let's put this back over here. So let's go back and take a look at smoking. Oh, did we nail it? Oh, excuse me. Sorry, but yeah, we have to do this for the algorithm. My bad. I think we're... Oh, no, you're not. Really? I thought you was all set to go over there. Alrighty, so we have to use this for the YouTube algorithm. I'm having trouble getting subscribers that are going to stick around. I've got, how many I got to, oh, wow, I got 1,803. Yay, cool. Well, thank you. It fluctuates. You think you got 1,800 and say, yay, we made it to a milestone. And then, oh, they took it away. And then, oh, they gave it back. Then, oh, they took it away again. Oh, they gave it back. Oh, they took it away again. Man, when I tried to go to 1,000 subs to give away Tangem wallets, oh, golly, that took 3 months just to get 100 people. Or less. No, about 50. I think it was about 50. It took forever. It was embarrassingly slow. I was like, we'll have this giveaway at some point. I promise. And that was cool because people all over the world, some of these, somebody was in, where, I think it was around Easter Island, when you guys lived over around Easter Island, like way out and away from everybody. I'm like, how the hell is this going to get there? But it did, whatever. Canary Islands. One of you guys was in the Canary Islands, and I was like, what? That's crazy. Woohoo! The power of the fibs, ladies and gentlemen. We was our 236 Fibonacci, right there. So smoking chicken fish, yay! She's that was a good place to take our profit because now she rejected from there and came down. See, it's a pivot point. The pivots, the price pivots anyway. It doesn't pivot, but the price pivots. We're gonna copy this and come over here to the old vanity wall where we, oh look, we had another nugget from the other night. Whoa, yay! Looky there. All right, so it's a vanity wall. We got to be vain about it, but that's the place for it. And we just put it over there and hope it helps the algorithm, and then we forget about it and go on. SM smoking SCF. Nailed it. And that's it. All right, so now we can get back to the regularly scheduled program here. So I've got 2 other lines over here. Are you just off, or are you something else that matches up with that? 25 cents if we ever get above 16. We have not yet got above 16. Chances are that we'll probably be coming back to, and we are coming back right now as we speak. Look at you on this. Woo, you came back a lot. That was a nice pretty camera, and then now you're flying in half mass. I know what you need. You need a little bit of this, mister. That'll perk you right up. You think I'm kidding? I'm telling you. Why? I mean, not that I have any experience. I'm a turkey. I don't even have a pecker, for God's sakes. I just, look. Do you see a pecker? I know. Try to keep a woman with no pecker. That's a lot of lip service right there. Oh, here's that. This is. I swear this song makes me crazy. All right, all right. Oh, snap. Haven't heard that in a minute. All right, so might we be on a big parabolic run? Well, that kind of looks kind of forced, doesn't it? But I do think we are. Smoking chicken fish, yay! She went up, she came down, and let's just make this easy. Man, my computer's been janky. You didn't let me get the bottom smooth. So the 618 would take us to retest this. That would be a deep retracement, in my personal opinion. If she is trying to do something bullish, then I would expect her to do something right here at 0.012. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that that will hold, but if she bounces from there, the next can be nice, and it could take us up here to this area about 2.3 cents if she does bounce from this area right there. So, got my eye on you, baby. Got my eye on you. I'm gonna make her a little orangey, or maybe yellow. I'll make it yellow. I'm also gonna label this little guy down here. Now, to me, with an end, well, that would be for that candle. I don't know that this is going to be the juicy buy spot. I think the sweet spot would actually be right here in betwixt both of those guys at the 0.5. Right now, a 618 pullback, I would consider that a deeper positive retracement, right? Like, it's still good, it's bullish, but it's more steep than you might not see them as often anymore. I'm saying that. I know a lot of people, it's central to their theme. Of course, it also depends on how they're pulling their fibs too. They may be pulling them short time too, and that might still work in some of those pinches. So I like 1.1 cent, maybe 1.02 ish area if we come back down. Smoking chicken fish. And that's kind of what I'm saying. This is a 4-hour chart. This should actually do good for the weekend. Look at the 2-hour and see what we got. Get all those lines off of there. Can't see what's going on. So you just, you zoom out a little bit. And that was a nice little run. A nice little run, I would say. Nice little falling wedgie there. Nice little breakout from it. Not a retest of it. And maybe she can come all the way back, retest that, retest the bottom trend line. There's a lot of things she can do. It's fun. I would be looking at, there's no surprise, but hey, call me crazy, but I mean, when you connect the dots, it kind of tells you what's possible to happen, right? It tells us the wide open field, and I don't know, it feels stupid sometimes, especially here on YouTube, to draw such a big ass line like that. Like, especially before it ever happens. After it happens, it's kind of like, oh wow, that's interesting. All right, so let's move on to something else. Let's check out Ethereum. Now Ethereum's she's been doing something. She's at 2,300 from hanging around 1,800, even lower for a while. I'm on the 2-hour. I like what I'm seeing here. Let me zoom out on the daily though. Is that same song? That's the one. I'm gonna have to go through that playlist. All right, so when we zoom out, we can get the real story. All right, so now here's the same idea that I presented on whatever other coin it was we looked at earlier. I don't know if it was AI16 or it might have been Guns. Was it Guns? There was one or two of them doing this. Where I was expecting she would get rejected here and then maybe do something like this. One good clue, if Ethereum's going to bust through something similar like that, those coins will probably end up doing what Ethereum is doing. Okay, let's make a note of that. Oh, I would make a note over there, but I didn't. So I would pay attention to that. I think they got a little bit more of a chance. Some of them look kind of bullish anyway. I'll add another little tick box of bullishness on those that they could follow suit with Ethereum. With Ethereum's breaking back into a trend line. This is bullish AF. She just reclaimed that trend line. That means she can get busy. And you might see $3,000, $3,500 Ethereum before long now. And as much as people hate it and doubt it, and I don't like it either, she's not my favorite, and I don't have very much of it at all. 1,500 with that 13 was the lowest she got. That little red trend line tells me a whole lot of information right there. And so let me get my fibs off after we get a few levels. Let me get a few levels here. We just got rejected off of our 382, and that's cool. And maybe there'll be a little pullback, but I don't think it'll be below that red line. I'd hate for it to be below that red line. Maybe she'll flag out, go steady, go sideways for a while. I don't know what she'll do, but she needs to hold this area as much as she can. That's what she need to do. For real, for real. And $3,000 Ethereum is right there at that juicy 618 that we can be coming up to. Right at this little area over here that we lost. So we'll bump our head over there, I think. In me personal opinion, right now we're bumping our head with this other area that was a bottom. And it need to bust through, break on through the other side, baby. Come on, you can do it. Why can't you? Here I'm on the daily, it's below the 800. The 600 is, I mean, that's bullish. 300 is above it, that's bullish. 200 is below the 300, that's a little, that's sandbagging us. But so that tells me that this little area over here is nice and juicy, and also tells me that circle can't catch across. Circle can't catch across. Woo, Lord, oh, catch it, go get it. Oh, it's like a cat with a laser dot. Oh, love it. No, oh, circle can't catch across. We do this all day, folks. Let's take a look at
For those of
Doge.
you that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Binance has got a pretty good Doge chart, especially if it's already got lines drawn on it. So go ahead and take this off. Let's put our extra big boy pants on. Because I think that's what you did. I think we might have to, no, you didn't quite go there. You respected our little boy pants. Okay. That's cool. Let's see which Fibonacci she was respected more there. So I just had this idea that came up and could come down and do like a little rangy thing. I don't know what price it's going to do. It might do whatever it wants to do. I just go with pivot points. I don't care what it does in between. I mean, I'd like to know, but I can't. I draw all lines everywhere, doing all kinds of things. You come back and price has done every other thing but that. I gave up on that a long time ago. I just know that we can go here as a low and we can go there as a high. And if there's enough money to be made in the middle, we got a little something. We're at rejection areas right now, and it might be a little. I do think she might be coming back. Coming back down one more. But you know, I would have thought that about it. I thought that about Ethereum too, and it didn't. That would be awesome. You're at 20 cents? Are you freaking kidding me, Doge? You were like dying just a few hours ago. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm barely making it. I'm 17 cents. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Huh? Oh. That was what, 2 days? Was it that long? I just like did my position, and you put my little targets in and all that. You're already at 20 cents? Well, all right, Doge. You do you. Doge, keep on going. That's a nice move. I know a lot of people will think it's a flag to the upside, but did you lose the trend line? If it lost the trend line, then I have to seriously argue with the flag thought. She can still go up. Remember, she can do that double top kind of deal. And then, you know. Here's since we're starting to see more flag shapes. If we're on an upward trend, that's when we start seeing them more. So we will see flags, and we can even play flags. We just don't want to force flags, and a lot of times they get forced. Like it could have been easy to force one here, for instance. Same example I'm looking at. Which you break the trend line, maybe it won't work. Maybe it won't work, and especially if it's a new one. If it's too new, well, if they're too new, they might work. I don't. This one didn't, okay, and the, you know, areas of resistance, and there definitely was a resistance there. We had those marked. All right, this one was a flag, and I guess you could say it did awesome. But if you took the measure move from it, right? Especially if you took a crazy measure move, but just taking the standard measure move, putting it, if you do it the way Bukowski says, it didn't come too bad. If you do it the way that everybody else says, you know, it was taking you to where we are now. And so they would just go back. See, we told you right over here was this flag, and there we're at our target. But look what happened in between. And you know. I'm you know, this kind of idea would come out, but it's also shoulder head and shoulder to the downside, and maybe that's why I like my moving average strategy. It just keeps me from falling prey to a lot of those thoughts and ideas. We don't get everything right all the time, but I think I like my method of just trying to see the bigger picture, what's going on, trying to get the bigger trend lines and following them as we got them and seeing what we got, and zooming out a little bit and looking for the bigger places. And I don't know. Let's move on. We are on Doge, so Doge is at 20 cents, so a place to get back in if we get it. She's asked some areas to get rejected, unless she wants to go really ape on Harry, right? Are you going to do that, Doge, or are you going to give us a chance to get you back? Because that 200 moving average is trying to call our name if we're closing above there. It's trying. Where are you hanging out? 26. Well, this is the weekend, so if we got a chance they're going to play any games and knock us down, the weekend would be a good chance. 1 hour kind of hints that it might. So we'd have to see like maybe a double top there. Make it snappy, road dog. Come on. Let's do it. I want to assume that that's our high. If it's not, we're somewhere in the area there. And we're looking at 19 cents. I would say about, that's just a penny below, dude. What the hell? That's what I'm getting right there, about 19 cents, and that would be the area that we just lost. Also, we could take this idea here. This is 4 hour chart. Look at that beautiful symmetrical triangle. Look, it's a fuzzy wuzzy. You can see lots of things in here. You can almost you can almost see too much or see too much of the same thing sometimes. Maybe the bias forms, but I think the best way to use patterns is to zoom out. I don't think it's necessary. The best way to just zoom in on. See what we can find. If we can't find it, we'll make it. I thought we said 19 cents. Why am I getting 18? We don't know for sure if we got the top. I'm just gonna put it right up there and still get it right here. The 618's taking us here. 21's above that. I don't know that we can make it down that far. So I'm looking at 19, I think, which is just a penny and a half away from where we are right now. DCA into Doge. If you're doing it for a longer term play, then what do you look like, Doge, for a longer term play? We got 24 cents coming. Yes, I want to remove you. Go somewhere. 25 cent. The little bigger picture. Starts bringing us up to about 30 and 35 cent area. So if you are thinking about being in Doge when it gets to 30, 35 cents, maybe even 40 cents, would it bother you so much if you were buying some when it's like just a little under 21 cents, or if it's just a little above 19 cents? When you get up that far, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I wouldn't let it keep you from building a bag, because what the big pips are saying, anywhere below 22 cents basically is the sweet buy zone. So you're still in the sweet buy zone. So if you're going for a bigger play, I wouldn't let it sweat you. If you're doing futures, if you're doing leverage futures play or something, then you got to worry about it. Then you got to get all nitty gritty. And I hope we get that 19 cent area. Or just wait for the breakout of that 21 cent area. 20. Let's take a look at. Oh, here's one we looked at. You guys remember this one? It was Goat. Goatius Maximus. Look at you. So you had that little thing on the bottom. We talked about that, didn't we? Let's go to a smaller time frame, like a 4 hour. Look at you go. Oh my gosh, did it? Wow. Listen, take the camera there. Nobody will believe me. Our first target was right over here, which she went up and bounced, and then she made a little flag under it, and then decided, hey man, I want to respect that non-moving average and just keep on going. That's the 1 hour interpretation. Nailed it. And then our second target was this big ass thing, because hey, I mean, we were talking about this when it was, where was it? We were looking at a possibility of coming down here, and she did. Nailed it. I don't know if you appreciate the beauty of our system, ladies and gentlemen, but we I don't give a crap how it gets there, but I just know that 0.066 cents had a good chance of getting touched, getting fondled in that very special way. And it did. It got very specially fondled, not just once, but not just twice, but 3 times. It was finger licking good, had to go back 3 times to our little. We nailed it. We tripled. We banged it. We just kept on going. We partied on it, and then after that, she decided, "Oops, that's enoughy. We want to continue forward." So, pardon me. Did anybody get goat? I got a little goat, but I didn't get a whole bunch of goat. But I got enough to be. Well, man, I wish I'd. Oh, if only I put in $5,000. Oh man, I could be looking at Corvette colors or something. All right, so where you at, baby? You know what we're going to do? 20 people hanging out. Hey, how many did we just lose with all this silliness? Like, we don't want to see you do this bull crap. I have to do it for the algorithm so we can grow this channel because it's growing too freaking slow. And the algorithm loves when you go, nailed it, look, we're the greatest. Watch me. I'm not taking my shirt off though. I will show you my feet for $2,399 a month though. I will do that. Oh yeah. Don't think I'm... We need, let's make this snappy now. You're taking too long, Road Dog. This is just the bottom. We hadn't even got to the top yet. Not only did our special Fibonacci techniques nail the bottom. This was dope. Now the bottom. We also we also nailed our target one over here. I took that over here, and let's point it right here. Boom. And we gotta take a picture of that. Oh, we need the percentage. That makes it impressive. The algorithm loves the percentage, right? Percentage from these little dingle dangles down here. Whoa, that was a whole 80%. I know. They're like, oh, that's too much. That's too much. We hadn't got to the top yet. I'm just saying. You can't even see that, man. Come on. That's too small. That's what she said. Stop it. All right, so this is goat. Now target, or no, for 80%. All right, and then we just this one. This is the last one, I promise, until we get this one over here, if we do. And then for the bottom that we put nailed to, there's 173%. $100 turns into 174 with that target. Look, no other targets were ignored or even we just got this one and that one, the two good ones, and this one is just in case this one didn't pan out. Well, at least we got that one. All right, so we copy the image. I'm getting the hang of it. Look, it's not. All right, and this is goat again. The one that nobody wanted to ever touch. This is target 2. 173%, I think it was. Okay, yay! So I like to take these things and document them and put them on my vanity wall, because that's the only way that I can show that what I do actually, what we talk about and everything actually plays. And it doesn't always. I mean, I'm not saying everything. No. This was good. This is like, wow. This one went off like without a hitch. I wish they all would go out without a hitch. That's pretty impressive. But it's just simple ideas and techniques in Fibonacci, and that's just what we do here. Kind of keep it simple. And it's a much better way than trying to chase flags all day or force patterns. We still like patterns, still using patterns. Just got a little extra something's there for them. Like this one, and the little inverted woolly booger. So we'll probably get rejected from there and come back down, and it may take a while to get back down to about 12 cents, but that can definitely happen with Gotius. 21 cents may come after that, or hell, maybe we'll just shoot on up. I see a 200 moving average coming in over here. Ooh, 34 cents. That's interesting. The best scenario that we can hope for is that we just keep on trucking, and after we break these levels, I mean, there's not much. That's a nice big ass drop. I mean, really, even from over here, that's a big ass drop. We can recover. Goatius can recover, ladies and gentlemen. That she can. I mean, look how far we away from the top. It's just $1.35. It's not $1.35 right now. Right now, it's what? 16 cents. It's technically anywhere under 34 cents is the sweet spot. And that's right where the 200 moving average is coming in. And this chart is a singing. She's just singing all the little secrets right now. It's saying, yes, yes, we might need some Gotius in our life here before everybody else finds out about it again. Or it gets really, really hot again. Because now she's on everybody's radar. Well, they're all on the radar with the pop, but the next pullback, the next crypto sucks again, man. Gotius. Let me come to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. 23 people hanging out. Ryan K, how about OPAI as a project long term? Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. Appreciate it. I was a little slow there. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else over here. Doge. Okay, I got to the. All right. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Where did everybody go? There you are. Okay. OPAI. Let's take a look at that one. Opie. Optopia. KuCoin's gotcha. Mexi's. There are two different ones. I think I got that. There's Opium. And then there's Optopian. So I'll check back in just a second to make sure I got the right one. I'm gonna go with the one that's on KuCoin. Mexi's got them both. I'm thinking it's probably the AI play. When we looked at it before, it looks like. If it was right, wasn't then? Ooh, you went. This was daily too. When was this? I pulled that down to here. I don't know when it would have been. December? I want to assume that this was it. She did the nasty. Well, we got short term, we got long term. Optopia AI. Yeah, this is okay. This is it. She took a banging. Let's get the big score from December when she was at 0.0018. So right where that 200 moving average is coming in, 0.0005. Also right at the support that we used to have. Love those Fibonacci's, they're so awesome. Now let's take it over here to this wick, which is ironically the fib that we just had. We get to play this game again with that 236. I would go with the 618 too. And the point, they're all so good. They're all so good. You have to be more patient for the 618. Let's do you one more time. And let's 236 her out. Oh, wait a minute. Let's make sure that we're on point here. Make sure I wasn't off over here. Oh, it was. It wasn't always at. It wasn't at the very bottom. I didn't see that. It might happen when I moved it from over here. Let me double check that one. All right, so she definitely looked like she at a bottom. I don't know anything about it, what might become of it or anything, but this is for the risky Degen areas that if you're gonna play it, this would be the place to play it. Well, you could even say that, when was it? This is April. Provided that she hasn't made it her low. She could still go lower, but I think she's got it. I think she's just trying to test the bottom again here. I think this is a pretty interesting area to snag some. I'm on the daily, and looks like she might actually come down and touch this area right here. And I would want to see her bounce from there. That would be the sign that we need to see. Just so that she won't continue lower, because it's always possible. And I'm kind of eyeballing that 9 moving average and seeing if it's trying to cross. If that crosses, we might be coming lower. That would not be fun. And it's hard to imagine that if altcoins are going to be doing something cool. And I meant to go over Bitcoin dominance and how funky we might be looking for this weekend. Probably need to look at that. We saw that it was coming down. It coming down with Bitcoin going sideways is usually pretty good for altcoins, so I would expect that this would get a taste of that too. But right now it looks like she might want to come down just a wee bit more. If she loses this, then we're starting to look down in some of these areas, which I'm not sure exactly which one that we got there, but it could be as far down as this area. 777s. 777. So this would be a good little DCA play. Just nibbling down at the possible bottom areas. As long as she doesn't go below here, and she made a higher low here, I think she's got a good chance to hold this area here. So I think if it doesn't, I mean, you can set stop losses or a mental stop loss. Know that she gets below 0.0001. If she got below that, you cut it off or whatever. Because dropping from there, it can start going kind of quick. Just a little drop down there to the 777. That's 25% drop. Don't want to do that. So you'd want to. But just coming from where we are, and it probably looks kind of weird here, but just coming down here to that area, it's just 10%. So a 10% stop loss would save you from taking a 25, 30, or 50% drop if it does go lower. But I like this. I think it's got a good chance of bouncing here. I'd like to see that happen. Let's come to the 4 hour just to see what it's saying. Maybe it'll give us some more information. She is not looking bullish. Why are you not looking bullish? Why are you looking so bearish? Is it just because you're coming down here? It's imperative. It is imperative, ladies and gentlemen, that she bounces off of this area right here, or else we might drop. But I like the way that things are curving around. At 100 over the 200. That's good. That's good. Let's see if we can bounce from here. And what, the 4 hour? You can start from here and just draw a nice little trend line. That'd be a nice one to look at. I mean, sure. I mean, we can try it up here. I don't think we got enough. Well, maybe you do. Yeah, you got enough touches. That's cool. Okay, so break above the trend line. The breakout trade from the bottom. Those are good. I like those. I do those. That'd be safer. Let's check out. We talked about this one too. Miro. Because where was it? I did. It wasn't popular at the time. It didn't get very many views, I don't think, but it's been back a few days. It's back at April 30th, so about 10 days ago. 21 meme coins. We went through a lot of them. Looking at these meme coins and talking about, hey man, they're starting to move, and they're usually one of the first things that moves, and they're down a lot. So if they get hot again, yay! We just got to find ones that have a good community, and we did all that here where they are. 10 days later, that would put us talking about them probably after they did this, because we were looking for pullbacks, I think. 2, 3, 4, or maybe they were. So April 30th, so they'd already popped off, and I think we even looked at them a little bit before. They were kind of over here. So we're looking for pullback areas, and did you come to, oh man, you didn't come down, you suck, road dog, she didn't pull back there. She did not. Miro, you know what this means? We got a possible. So she should be coming right up here, maybe just she may get a little bit more, 4.6. She still got some gusto. That's yeah, 618 and 200. Yeah, I can see 5 cents coming from Miro pretty soon. 6 cents. Would that happen this weekend? I wonder. That would be cool. So they are still popping off, and they're not. I mean, it's still iffy. It's kind of hanging around this area that we had over here. It's coming down the smaller time frames. Oh man, Ichimoku Cloud looks like she's ready to take off. Some of these are looking pretty. Now this one's getting a pullback, so I would be considering at this point in the game for something like that. 4 hour. Let's come back to the one. Oh yeah, I like this idea. This is rather than me saying, oh, it's a flag to the upside, and you're like, that's a weird ass looking flag flying at 3/4 mass or whatever, 1/4 mass. But if she's near a trend line, man, you get anywhere near that trend line, you can get a tight risk reward ratio. If you're able to do this with stop losses. If you're doing it with a swap, then you just gotta ride out whatever you got, right? But oh, that's a wrong one again. So we got I like the 618. I think that's where we're headed. Picture this, if you will, darling. You put your stop loss below this other prior candle here on that 1 hour. It is also below the trend line. The theory is, hey man, we break this trend line. This idea is out the window. That's a tight ass stop loss at 4% on spot with a 13-to-1 risk reward ratio. That's what I like. I'm posting this little bad boy. And more than likely, things look nice, solid. In other words, you put $100 in here, you're only risking losing $5, $4 really, $4, $100. You could get a $100 trade and put your stop loss where only lose $5, but you could make, what would that be? It's like about $65 by the time it gets up here. Yeah. With $100, it's got 56%. Maybe just do it that way. Your $100 could turn it into $156. $5 to make 50. 6. Yeah, I'm in, and I'm not having to wait for it till we get above somewhere or clear anything. It's just like, or just put a limit order in, wait for it to hit, set my stop loss. It can be that's, I mean, when you have a job, you need techniques like this. You can't sit here on this 1 minute chart saying, I'm going to, or you're taking out 3 hours every day to day trade or something like that. No, you got to have some swing trade ideas and some things. And these are just some of the things that, well, I still do it this way, but what I used to have to do when I was working and stuff. You have to set it and take what you can get. We could fib and try to get us an exact area, but go and shoot for that 9 moving average here. That's pretty sweet. Anywhere through here, man. 0.033. Oh my God, it's the 3 threes. It's like they're following us everywhere. Stop following me, 3 threes. That's creepy. That helps the algorithm. Well, 3-3s help the algorithm. Right there. That's a nice little buy zone. I like the big sale. I want to go for 5. I want to go for 5 cents. Because I'm a Degen that. Ooh, look at you. And let us get our little measuring tool because this little green box doesn't do it for some reason. Green box, I'm going to close you up because you. Well, never mind. 55 cents. Or 55%, 56%, depending. All right, we're gonna make a trade setup out of this one. Well, there's another. Remember this place here is also. I guess what would the percentage be from hither to dither? That would be about 40%. And I'm thinking Miro. I'm thinking perpetual futures. I'm thinking I'm going to come take a look at your little 6-minute chart here and see what you're doing. Pardon me, folks. I'm sorry. Don't do it now. I'll forget. I'm thinking about getting in on that. Really, Miro. Do you not have it on COINEX? Oh, not on inverse. Okay, here we go. You gotta have this, right? Are you shitting me? COINEX, you don't have Miro? For real? You got it on BitUnix though, right? We got it on BitUnix, right? Alright, let's get this trade set up out of here. We'll take it down to the 1 hour. This will be a nice little weekend trade. Yeah, I don't know if she can do that this weekend. I would at least expect her to get back up to where she was at 4 cents. And just to get back where she was, that's 21%. That's, yeah. Copy you. Come over here, we'll put you into the trade setup area. And paste you over here. This is Miro. This is 1 hour chart. Nice weekend swing. By around, what was it? 0.033. Ish area. And the gains were up to 55% gains. No leverage required. Stop loss around 5%. And that stop loss was coming in. Where are you coming in? Stop loss 0.031-ish. I just lost Telegram. We lost it. There it is. Around the 3.1 area. There we go. I like that. Sweet. Let me come back to the chat here. How long have we been going? 1 hour and 24 minutes. I don't know where all the time goes. So we got OpenAI. Let's make sure that we did decent with that. Let's come back to the chat. Hey, there's Strega, Kelly fan. How's it going? Do you think Fred will come back from the dead like Peanut? It's a lot more dead though. I don't even know Fred. I think I might have heard that. Hey, okay, so I got it. No butt crack. Those butt cracks they're dangerous. If animal coins are running Miharu. Oh, Miharu, the smiling dolphin or whale or something on Sol, I'm going to buy 1,000 cases. I even bought the plush toy with my road before they canceled the sales of it. Oh, cool. Let's see. What was it? Miharu. The Smiling Dolphin. And they got it. Mostly Solana. I got a chart of it here on TradingView. I don't have volume to go by, but it's okay. We can do it without volume. Oh. Well, she's trying to curve around, so she's trying to do something. Hopefully it will stick. She had a nice little spike up. That was pretty cool. What did that give? 200%? Can't bitch about that. It looks rough, but they all look rough before they start doing. Wow, look how. What the hell? When was this? December? Woo! And we're gonna have to start somewhere a little bit more modest. I think we're gonna have to start right over here at that second peak. And that's giving us the beautiful target right beneath here. A lot of zeros and 9957. I like that number. Ah, shoot, that's the one we're waiting for right there. That's the one we got a challenge anyway. And that was the one that got challenged with the spike right there too. That makes sense, doesn't it? So chances are we come up there. We could also go for Mr. Spike there. Mon Dieu Spike. Honestly, what I would do is I would tag that 786, maybe the 886, but no guarantees we can get the 886. If we do, I'm looking for if it does a lower high, like if it spikes up like that again. And 786 is also going into this area over here. So let me color code that so I know what I'm looking at. So in my personal opinion, we don't know. She might still come down. She can still round, slow burn round down a little bit, even just a little bit more. So oh, I think she might. I think she can come down here. So I think you got a little range that you could play, and this might come down a little bit more, but we're after we finally bottom. I don't know that she's bottomed. That she might have just a wee bit more to go there. Like right here at 14, whatever that is. Might still kind of just slide into that, and then probably on a little spike. But I think you can catch a spike here. Maybe in the 886 too. And I won't get my ruler tool out. If this is like 3%, I'm gonna be so pissed off. I expect this to be like multiple percent. It'll be like 70-80%. I just saw the numbers, just realized the numbers, yeah. So that should be pretty cool. So let's say from where we are now, I'm not waiting. I got a FOMO in on the daily chart here at and you know, that's 351% to get up there on maybe a nice little spike. But if she goes down, it could be, you know, risking 20% down and draw down. So it's a good DCA thing over the next week or so, I think. 400%, almost 5x when we get up to that area that we need to, that little resistance area. That's kind of cool. That's interesting. Just look at the 4 hour, see what she looks like this weekend. How you looking this weekend, darling? How you doing? Are you coming down? Are you trying to do something? She's trying to move up right now. Let's see, we were looking at something like that, lost a little bit of it, and I guess now we can include that. Little resistance up ahead there. About the 1950s area. From here to the thither is about 16% gains. I think it's a nice one just to kind of accumulate slowly here. And wait for the big boy gains to come. Let's check out this one. I think we looked at this one recently too. This is Simon's cat. Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? You actually oh, we haven't looked at it since this, have we? Let's see what happened. Oh, that's not the right thing. Back up. I was trying to get rid of you. So we're following the trend line, following the trend line, following the trend line. She did something weird here. It looked like the little crown top thing. And then she lost it, and then, oh man, and I didn't notice, but she's like, you suck, road dog, look, you suck. And then she said, woo, to the moon. Up to the 800 moving average over here. Got rejected off of it and the 618 because she's underneath it right now. Let's come down. Now we should be able to get back above it. Look, the candle bodies are closed below it. I would love to say nailed that one, but I just don't feel that I did. I have higher standards than that, ladies and gentlemen. About as close as I can get right there. You're curving. I found that interesting. Are we going to come up here? I think you still got some more gas in the tank. This one appears like she might have a good chance to move, and our next target is at 1435. 14,354, I guess technically if I read all the numbers. And from here to there, right where she is right now, would be 23% gains. I was trying to short this one, and it did not cooperate with me. After they spiked up like that, I did several like that. You catch them getting their parabolic move, and then it works when I'm on fibs. If I use my fibs, I do a lot better at it. If I'm eyeballing it on my phone and it's spiking up, and here there's a Bollinger Band, or there's something else there, I don't have the same amount of luck. The fibs are what really do it. And I can't do fibs on my phone on the exchange, so therefore sometimes I'm eyeballing them and they don't work out as good as if I take my time with it. Look at that! Nice, Simon. It's shaky, I get tired. Why is that? Let me come back to the chat. See what you guys are doing. Thank you for the TA. It's a real Degen, but it's a real Dolphin with the team and all. Oh. I didn't even check out the website or anything about it. It can make some gains. He actually smiles. Says, I only have a little cat. I only got a little bit of it too, but that's a nice little come up there. Again, I mean, these meme coins are popping off, and there's going to be that feeling like, I gotta chase it, and these are too far gone. And the gains that you would be able to squeeze out might not be that much on some of these, but if we're patient, what the moving averages here on the 4 hour tell me, we got good. The 200 is still, all of them are still down here. It's an inverted head and shoulder pattern that just blasted off. That, you can't bitch about that. They don't usually do that. They kind of take their time, but they come back. So even here on Simon's cat, it would be dropping to zero and going back to 8163, 8160, somewhere through there. We could see that, and possibly a little bit lower, but that would be retest. That's just a retest of the neckline. And I mean, that would apply to a lot of the meme coins I think that we'd see. I need to make you bigger and green, like a flog. So I think there's a good chance that we can come back somewhere close to this. So that one's already out of the way. And nice little ribbon flip happening on the 2 hour. Yeah. So there might be a short. Just it's risky though. It's trying. So, but then again, there's also that possibility she might just make it above here and then start shooting up heavy too, because that parabola has not been broken, right? The curve hasn't been broken yet. And so she's a little tricky. If she's going to come down here, she's taking her own little sweet time, and she could spike up. There's a lot of little things. So it's either a flag to the upside or it ain't. And it being rejected at 618, that's going to be a key thing for me. If she can get above it, she can probably keep going. If not, then woo, come on down, baby. Let us get you cheaper. Check out, is it Ping or Pingu? Pingu. Pingu! That's the one, that's the NFT, right? Pingu. Pingu, what are you doing, baby? There was, nailed it! We nailed it, and then I'm sure we talked about it. And then she kept this trend line, and that was cool. I like buying on the trend lines, and then she, so a lot of people see that as a flag, might have played it as a flag. Again, oh man. We'll do it as best as we can. Just a little basic measure move here for a flag. Just, and it gets us close to the next target we got. That basically takes us somewhere around 0.019. I wasn't as accurate with my measure move. I like to try to be accurate, but that's where we could be going. But our fib says 0.02 and 0.025 for Pingu are on the table. And I like that idea. Look, there's not much in between here. It means that we can recover this area. This is what they're calling the vector candles and all that. All right, you got all these new names for, you know, some older concepts, but that's just, there was nothing there. There's no orders there. There's no buys here. It was all sell, 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 sell. Market makers were letting it happen. They were probably the ones selling, and no buys. So it's just like an empty gap almost. There's just nothing there. It's how you treat it. And so if you, do I have it? We got Traders Reality. So you turn Traders Reality things and you start getting all the vector candles, ladies and gentlemen. It just means that there was no real volume there. So it's a weak spot, like a weak spot in the chain. And you don't need a special indicator to use it. It's just, you can look and there's nothing here to the left or to the right, to the left, especially nothing to the left over here where there's been price action before, and it just dropped. And so you usually come in and try to aim for about halfway through one of those guys as a general rule. But the other general rule is that, will she fail quick? If it falls quick, it can bounce back quick, it can rise up quick. That's the way I look at it. And here's some other examples, you know, nice runs, then come down to about half of it and come back up. This one doesn't a lot, doesn't it? Interesting. The music made me want to give a speech. Hope you enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. 23 people hanging out with me, and now we've been going for an hour 40 minutes. Haven says RWAI, please. Almost forgot. How goes the Degen deep dive? So far, so all right. Turkey getting tired, huh? Turkey's getting short-term memory loss here. RWAI. I'm kind of pissed at some of these things, some of these projects. They'll change scripts and change what they're doing in the middle of the things, change tokens. They'll do something, and I just don't like that at all. I'm about done with some of them. Buy virtuals. Let's see. I'm not talking specifically about any of these, but I think they're getting a lot on the hype of the real world asset play without the actual use case. I don't know. I'm looking at some of these guys sideways, like in Propy. I like the OEM. Look what happened with OEM. There's always something. There's a good project out there, and then there's some kind of little exploit. And I'm about to the point where I'm thinking, you know, you're really my safest plays are layer ones and maybe a DeFi coin like a DEX that might use it. Like I think Layer is one of those. I'm not in that one. Maybe I should be. But you know, I've got some DeFi coins like Ori Chain and you know, maybe some Uniswap or something like that. But Layer, I think you actually have to use it the ones that where you have to use it for the platform. Those would be the good ones. But Layer ones and those, I'm thinking, because they're the safest ones. The other ones, they can have exploits, be a rug pull, or engineer one and have it as, you know, they can be tricky, or do some other things like we're going to introduce a new token, or we're going to, you know, they can burn it. That would be good. Or they could, you know, not OEM, but Maple did. I just found out that I had a bag of Maple. I didn't know. I just missed out on trading it over. So now I'm stuck with this bag of Maple that was like $15, and now it's, you know, they were worth like $1 drop, and there's nothing there, so it's basically gone. And that kind of pissed me off. That's the what I'm actually talking about is Maple, because now they switched over to syrup. And if you didn't catch it, if you didn't know about it, if you were an investor, just throw it on that wallet, be safe, and hodl it, and look at it in 3 years. And then you find out, oh, I've missed out on doing that. So basically all my money's gone. Yeah, that kind of pisses you off. So you just don't trust them as much, right? Something, I mean, I'm just talking, but she's at an area where she should be touching bottoms. I can see that from my fib. Let's see if we get a little turnaround over here. This is on the 1 hour. Looks like she's bouncing from there. Let's get one to 15. That's nice. I think it's a good time to degen in. I would be, what is this? I don't know how good she can do, if she's going to do good, or if it turns out to be a rug pull or anything. But she's at a nice little bottom area. I'd be cautious about this. So somebody, a more cautious degen might wait till she breaks above that trend line, which looks like what she is. Let's go down to the 5 minute. She's trying to do it as we speak. That's a bear. If that turns out to be a bear trap, she can hang here. She should start moving kind of quick. And I would venture to say this might be a little ballsy, but you know, or we can do it this way too. We can go with our standard little things. She gets above the 236, she's ready to start climbing. She's at the juicy buy zones right now by all the little standards models or whatever that I use here. Model seems to be the snazzy word all the cool kids are using now. I would look at this area here, the 886 area, 786 fib area. And not only there, I would also look at this one right here. Because after we're doing something like this, it needs to do something juicy for redemption. And I think let me get you. From where we are to get to there. Oh, are you getting rejected over here? You're still trying. See if she gets above there. She does. Ooh, that would be sweet. Was it 62, 70, and about 95% gains to get to the higher high there. 0.00268-ish area. And what I'm seeing right now, she's trying, so I'd keep an eye on that. She's not looking juicy. All right, guys, it is 1:40. I've been going for an hour, 44 minutes. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. She seems to be a little feisty right now. Come back to our little 6-minute time frame here. She's basically going sideways. Bitcoin is going sideways. And if we look at total 3, she's moving up really nicely to an area of resistance. And if she keeps doing it this weekend, we're going to see some nice plays out of these altcoins. But rest assured, you know, we're coming up to an area of resistance. So not very much, you know, take profits as these things are going up. About another 5% out of this. and then we got a good chance for them to come all the way back down and retest. So I think we got a little bit more up to play and have fun with. Maybe you can find some flags to jump in that might actually have some room to go up a little bit. Any breakouts, make some breakout trades or something. But I think it's important, especially if you're doing perps, you know, take your profits, and because we might be coming back next week just for a little bit. A nice little healthy pullback next week is kind of what I'm seeing here on Total 3. We don't often get Bitcoin dominance to drop like what she's doing over here. She hasn't done that in a minute. The last time that it did, you know, they were calling for altcoin season. I'm sure there'll be some out there calling, we're in altcoin season right now. I think we're in altcoin rally, and it's good when they're coming down, but if she starts going the other way, we give it back. And that's what we experienced right back over here, right? That was a nice one, and then we started giving it back, and then we found ourselves giving it all back. And if it goes back up higher again, you know, we don't want to ride through that pain. So the thing to do as she's coming down is to be getting paid, not necessarily be buying all the time. But you might need to buy high and sell higher on some of these things, is where we are right now. This weekend should be interesting. And I'll be back. I try to be back tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening before I can, and see if we can find any good setups and things like that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And if I missed anything, I apologize. But your turkey is getting kind of tired, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll catch whatever we missed then. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Oh no, we got it right. Beyond the Illusion says, looking very similar to Simon's cat, looking very strange, might dip, might blow up. Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. Let's see if I can write it on here. I can write it down, but I can't guarantee I'll remember to look and see it tomorrow. But if you want to mention it tomorrow, I'll be happy to look at it. Pingu is has the best team in all crypto memes. It's trusted, and when hardly anything is trustworthy. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad you shared that. Michael Moore, DAI or DIA. Sorry I missed that. Try to catch that tomorrow. I'll write it down. Send the love, kids. Hit the like. Hey, we got Elvis over here. Elvis, are you on the end screen? Elvis has left the building. I do have a naked chicken though. What are you doing to my dog? I don't know if Joe is going tonight or not, but I usually hang out over there and lurk in the chat. I need to straighten out this computer. She's acting janky. Board PC guy says, by the way, that towel swing idea that you gave after you nailed it, chef's kiss. Now you got me wondering. I forgot what we had on towel. Was it Binance? It wasn't this chart. I probably posted it. Yeah, Tao did like really, really good, right? Nice little falling wedgie. It's still doing good. She might, I'm looking at 460, maybe 529 in that area. We get lucky. 460 might. I think she's still got a little more gas in the tank there. All right, good night, guys. Let me get the dog to wave and say good night, John boy. Good night, John boy. Go to bed, John boy.